What's going on, guys? Welcome to episode 1 of On the Line with Brad of All Trades, a monthly show where we cast out a few questions and try to catch some interesting answers from today's top anglers. So drop anchor, set the hook on that subscribe button, and let's get to it. Today's guest is none other than pro angler Brad Harmon. Brad is a tournament fisherman out of Georgia and recently placed third in his division in the first tournament of the 2020 season. Hey Brad, what's going on?
Hey Brad, how's it going? Thanks for having me on the show.
So tell us, how long have you been fishing and how did you get started?
I've been fishing the better part of my life, for sure. Started fishing, 5, 6 years old with my uncle, just around some local ponds and the creeks. And once I got into high school, a buddy of mine, he was real big into tournament fishing at that time already, and he got me into bass fishing and tournament fishing, and it's just kind of led from there. 46 years old, and like I say, I've been doing it ever since high school. Really got professional into it the last probably 6, 7 years as far as fishing the FLW series and the BFLs and everything.
I started around 4 or 5. It is so much fun. Is there one tournament you look forward to competing in every year?
The tournament I look forward to the most each year is the first tournament of the season. It's probably the one you do the most prep for. You're down all winter, taking care of the boat, taking care of the equipment, getting your tackle all ready and everything. So you're always kind of pumped up and ready to get the season started. So I would say, the first tournament of the season is probably the one you look forward to the most, or definitely the one I look forward to the most.
That makes sense. The first time out is always great. What's your go-to snacks to take on the boat during a long day of fishing?
Go-to snack would be beef jerky. I like the Cattleman's brand, but definitely that's my go-to snack. It's easy. It's you just open the bag, get you a bite, ziplock it back up, and put it in the cooler, in the box, or whatever. Water. That's as far as drinks wise, I stick with water. Great Powerade.
I'm getting Sour Patch Kids and a Sobe for energy. Okay, my dad can't seem to catch squat on a frog. Any advice for him?
Well, frog fishing is tough. There's definitely a knack for it, and I don't have that either. I can definitely catch them on the frog, but here in the southeast, we fish it mainly on matted grass, like Gunnersville, Chickamauga. We get the hydrilla and the milfoil matted up, and we'll fish the frog on the matted grass. And that's just, that's really no trick to it. You just kind of work it like you're doing a jerkbait on top of the grass, really. But, I can't really give you any tips for open water up north, because, that's not my forte of fishing.
No advice will save him. The boat launch can be a pretty entertaining place to people watch. Any funny stories you can tell us about launch fails you have seen?
Boat launch? Yeah, they get pretty crazy, especially in the summertime. You got all the pleasure boaters and everybody out. But I guess the most memorable happened last year, actually. One of my buddies, tournament fishing wise, we was at a lake, and I got a video from another buddy of mine that shows Wayne's boat, head up on the back of the trailer where he was loading it, and his co-angler pulled him out, and as he's going up the ramp, he didn't have the front strap down, and it slid off the trailer onto the ramp. So when you're starting to get videos while they're still trying to put the boat up on the trailer, we definitely give him a hard time about it at each tournament from now on.
That's hilarious. I would love to see that video. I'm from the Great Lakes state. Do you ever get up to Michigan to fish or hunt?
Great Lakes, Michigan area, beautiful country. Definitely been up around there quite a bit. Been to Canada fishing, northern pike and walleye, what have you. But No, I've never fished the Great Lakes. I really want to one of these days, kind of on my bucket list. You know, don't get out of Southeast much for fishing, especially bass fishing. It's just kind of where I stay at, and just vacation-wise, maybe it's a lot easier to stay in the Southeast for me and fish around here.
Feel free to look us up if you're ever in town. Do you think using Bastens really works, and should we start using them more?
Bass scents, yes, I'm not going to say they're magical and they're going to make the fish bite or anything like that, but for me, it's a confidence thing. I definitely use them when I'm throwing plastics, you know, but it's more of a, when the fish are real finicky and not hanging onto the bait, I'll use the scents, you know, which I use it probably every time I throw a plastic bait anyways. But as far as that goes, for me, it seems like the fish seem to hang on to it a little bit longer to where you got time to set the hook. If they're picking it up and spitting it right back out, that scent seems to make them hang on to the bait a little bit longer to give you time to set the hook.
All right, we will have to give them a try. What if you had 10 minutes to catch a bass in a low visibility, shallow river? What are you throwing and why?
Oh yeah, I mean, if I had 10 minutes to catch fish in, you know, some stingy or dingy water, dark water, river, for me, I'm gonna be throwing a spinner bait. Just seems like it's a reaction bait. It's definitely a reaction bait, but that's kind of a go-to bait for me. That's, you know, if I had to pick one bait to use anytime, anywhere, I'm probably going to either be a jig or a spinner bait. But you know, if it's water that I don't know, most likely going to be the spinner bait. It's because it comes through the grass, it comes through the wood, comes through the rock, and like I say, it's, you know, you're not dragging it. You get more of a reaction bite out of it, so you can tell if the fish are there. Even if they're not biting it, they'll smack at it. So you'll know if fish are there or not usually when you're throwing a spinner bait.
That's great advice, Brad. All right, that's all the time we have today. Thanks to Brad Harmon for being on the show. You are a great guest and hope to chat with you again soon. Make sure you get a hold of us if you are ever in Michigan.
Yeah, hey, thanks, Brad, for having me on the show. You know, and for all of you watching, definitely hit the like button and you know, follow all Brad's videos, and as well, you know, check me out on YouTube, Brad Harmon Fishing, Facebook, and Instagram. Continue watching the shows. Thank you.